from Biafra Republic government in Ezra headquarters here in United States of America. To my fellow citizens, especially the Anambras, the Anambra people, what is happening in Onitsha today is by the action of a man called Soludo, illegitimate governor, parading himself as the governor of the people, who is ruling against the will of the people. Soludo left the Biafrans business their shop up, unprovoked. He don't have the right to do that. My fellow citizens, while you are protesting, protest peacefully, be your neighbor's keeper, watch your neighbor, protest for your freedom. From United States of America and around the world, we are watching. Don't leave the street without achieving your objective. Don't leave the street without letting your voice heard. Don't leave the street without getting your freedom back. The time is now. We need from this government. Enough. Enough is enough. And for the Nigerian terrorist state that always use their military to kill unarmed protesters, we are watching. Soludo and the Nigerian terrorist military, they will be held accountable. My fellow citizens of Onitsha, you are not alone. Biafra Republic government in Ezra and the de facto government, we are with you. We share your pain. We know what you're going through. And this freedom we must get. So do not take your freedom from you. So do not have the right to lock up your shop, to lock up your business. That is called economic jihad, because he meant no good for us, because he don't love the Biafran people, because he's not governing according to the Biafran people. I must say Biafra Republic government in Ezra Prime Minister and the entire cabinet these evil people of the book, they will be held accountable. Fellow citizens, don't leave the street until you achieve your goal. What is the goal? The goal is free.
afternoon, good evening, on your location and your time. I was on this very day, 28th of January, and we are live. And I already reaching you from my studio. This platform. Thank you for joining. For being part of this change. It's about to happen. Thank you for putting the freedom of your people. For putting for standing very tall on this. To feel in solidarity with our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Prime Minister Mazi Simon Ekpanjoko. I want to appreciate every Biafran who is standing very strong as we continue to fight for them. Every Biafran that is standing very strong, I so much appreciate every one of you. Every Biafran that is doing the needful. I appreciate every one of you. Time for our freedom is now. The time to be free The time for our freedom is now. We cannot postpone it. Our people have died enough. Our people have paid the ultimate price enough. And this is the time to stand up for what we believe in. This is the time to confront our fears and our enemies. This is the time to say enough is enough. This is the time to call the bluff of the terrorist Nigerian government, the stooges that are parading themselves as political leaders in Biafran territory. So there is no better time to support Biafra and support the eviction of Nigeria from Biafra land. The time is now. It will be recalled that on Monday, the Nigerian representative in Anambra State, in Old Anambra State, Soludo, having seen the unity of purpose among Biafrans, having seen the collective efforts of Biafrans in solidarity with our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, having understand the consistency of the Biafran people in solidarity for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and in keeping with the tradition of sitting at home every Monday for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, having understand that genes, that decision cannot be broken by government. The Soludo administration now say they are closing the market indefinitely. They are closing the market for the next 1 week. This is an intoxication of power. This is outside democratic process. This is very much unlawful. This is unsustainable. This is unattainable in a democratic setting. Biafrans in Anambra State have been consistently obeying the sit-at-home for the release of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Since 2021, Biafran had demonstrated the love for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and the need to make sure that the cause for which he was kidnapped from Kenya still stays very much alive. And the government of Anambra State, having tried everything humanly possible to break that bond, to cause confusion or chaos among Biafrans, to abandon Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, having seen that their actions and activities have failed, even with the Biafran that they bribed, they bought over in order to promote that No More Sit at Home on Monday project. All their efforts, all their plans fell like a pack of cards. Soludo have now resorted to economic jihad against the Biafran people in Anambra State. Soludo making a pronouncement of locking the shops of Biafrans is unconstitutional and is unlawful. There is no law on earth that Soludo can cite to support that act of lawlessness. So this is to demonstrate to you, Biafrans, that your sit at home since 2021 have always paid off. It has always achieved the reason why it was put in place in the first place. This is to tell you, Biafrans, that anytime you sit at home, that the government is very much uncomfortable with it and they are losing a lot of funds that should have accrued to their government. And the most important thing is that this money that is coming to the coffers of the government are not being used for the interest of the people. When you take a look at the market itself, the market structure, the environment, the vicinity, you will see that there is no action or project that the government have undertaken to better the lives or livelihood of Biafrans who are trading in Onitsha market. Because the people are paying the rent, the people are buying their goods, the people are paying for the shops, even paying for the agberos that the Soludo administration uses in extorting them. In return, the government will use the money for their own selfish interest. The government will not use the money to better the lives of Biafrans who are trading in that market, whose source of income depend on that market. So of what benefit is the people of Biafra? Of what benefit is the traders in Onitsha when every Monday, when every day, let's assume that they trade on a daily basis. At the end of the day, they pay taxes to the government, and that tax is not used to better their lives. The roads that leads to the market is in a very gory state. The environment, very, very dirty and smelly. The shops are not well taken care of. Even the security that was supposed to be in the market are nothing to write home about. And moreover, Biafrans pay exorbitant prices in fares. These are some of the things that should have ordinarily be beneficial to the Biafran people, that will motivate them to even listen to any administration that is coming to give them order. But these things are not obtainable. These things are not happening in Onitsha market. So under what basis will Soludo, the terrorist representative in Anambra State, under what basis will he now come to lock up the shops of Biafrans in the guise that they must not sit at home on Mondays? This is very, very unfortunate. And it's very, very important for Biafrans and non-Biafrans to understand. Rather than Soludo or the governors or the politicians from the southern part of Biafra land or Nigeria, rather than them to come together and find a solution to the reason why Biafrans are sitting at home. Of course, the reason why Biafrans are sitting at home is the continued detention of our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So if Sodo and his likes actually meant well for the Biafran people, if they meant well for the Anambrarians, what Soludo should have concerned himself about is the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who committed no crime. That should have been his focus point, and not to focus on people who are voluntarily sitting at home for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If Soludo meant well for the Anambra people or for Biafrans in Anambra State, Soludo should have engaged the government more to make sure that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is freed, even when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu committed no crime. We have seen how terrorists are engaging in that in the northern part of Nigeria. We have witnessed a scenario and a situation where government officials now dialogue with terrorists, even go to parties with them, negotiating with them. The government have not come out to confront these terrorists head on. The terrorists are even rehabilitated. Some are sent abroad for studies. Of course, they are going to study about jihad more. Some are given cash, support. None of the terrorists who have been captured are in detention today. Even their negotiators who have threatened Nigeria, threatened every individual that dare speak against the Fulani, Gumi, is walking freely the street of Nigeria. Yet, the governors from the southeastern part, all these Efulefus, have not seen the need to come together and demand that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is not a terrorist, who is just an agitator for Biafra, released. That should be their focus point. If at all they love the people of the southeast, if at all they love Anambra State, if at all they want the sit at home to end, they should have treated the reasons why people are sitting at home. They should have brought a solution to the reason why people are sitting at home. So if the Soludo administration wants sit at home to stop, you don't need to come to the market and ask people or threaten people to lock up their shop. No. The only thing he needs to do is to come together with his fellow Efulefus from the southeast, go to Aso Abuja, and bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out of the detention where they went and placed him. That is the only solution to sit at home. Coming now to force people to come out on Mondays, people who are respecting people who are exercising their rights of disobedience, civil disobedience, coming out to, threaten them to lock up their shops is not the best solution for the Soludo or the Nigerian government administration at this time. So it is really laughable that in this 21st century, somebody who called himself professor do not understand that there is no law that gave him the power to lock up shops that people individually set up for their well-being. It does not happen. But Nigeria being what it is, a lawless state where everything happens, where everybody is above the law, especially the politicians, that is what we are experiencing. And that is the reason why we are calling on Biafrans in the homeland. Do not allow the narrative of the terrorist representative in our land to sell. Biafrans must come out en masse and protest this decision, this action of the terrorist supporter that is leading Anambra people. Biafrans must come out to confront Soludo head-on. Biafrans must come out to tell Soludo to his face that he has no right whatsoever to lock up their shops. And I want to remind Biafrans that Soludo is playing a script written by the caliphate and given to him, because they have seen that Biafra is now on the international stage. They have seen the positive impact. They have seen what our Prime Minister, His Excellency Honorable Ogetukwu, they have witnessed the prowess of our Lord Garasoris. They have seen the legal stronghold of Brigi, which is Amanda Bray law firm. They have seen what these corporations that are representing Brigi in Washington, D.C. are doing. And they are now getting the message that Biafra exit is very much imminent. And they are playing their last card to see if they can force Biafran people into submitting to one Nigeria. But we are telling them, no matter what they do, they are not going to succeed, because it is our time to be free. We can never be dictated onto by the terrorist sympathizers in our land. We can never be subjugated under this very administration of Tinubu and that of Soludo. We can never be intimidated anymore. Our freedom is here to stay. Biafra is here to stay, and there is nothing anybody can do about it. So we are using this opportunity to call on Biafrans in diaspora, in the homeland more importantly, to come out en masse and protest against this decision of a terrorist stooge in our land. Biafra land belongs to Biafrans. Anambra State is Biafra land. Onitsha market is Biafran market. And no Nigerian element is coming to our land to dictate to us how we should open our market, how we should run our businesses. It is not going to happen. Rather, we are the persons, we are the ones who are going to tell him to go to hell, because he is in our land. The only people that we respect, the only people that we listen to, the only people that we can listen to, and the only government that is speaking for us is Biafran Republic government in exile, under the Prime Minister of Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere. The only leader that we have is Mazi Nnamdi Okukano. These are the only people that can speak for us. Soludo is not speaking for the Biafran people. So he is only speaking on behalf of the terrorist Nigerian state. And in our land, we do not recognize Nigeria anymore in our land. So the earlier we start the total eviction of these Nigerian representatives in our land, the better for us. Very, very important. So Biafrans, if you have not been supporting this government, Biafran Republic government in exile, there is no better time to support this government than now. With what is happening in the international stage, with news coming down from Washington, D.C. about the serious lobbying efforts that Biafran government is doing for the recognition of Biafra, everybody should now come on board and support the Biafran government. Every Biafran is an IPOB member. Every IPOB member is under the Biafran Republic government in exile. We are not in a group. We are a government. We have a prime minister. Our government speaks with American government. Our prime minister goes and meets with Washington, D.C. players, senators, representatives, and all these people. They know that BRGIE is the only government that is representing the Biafran nation. So anywhere that you are, it doesn't matter which name that you are answering, either you are answering IPOB as a group, you understand that you can be IPOB as a group, you are answering AVID, whatever name, whatever nomenclature that you are, you are being known for or you are representing, I want you to understand that it is only one government that is representing France in Washington, D.C. American government don't know what is IPOB. They don't know what is AVID. They don't know what is all these mushrooms here and there. The American government, the State Department only know Republic government in exile. And the Prime Minister, Honorable Ogechukwu Nkere, have come out to appeal to Biafrans worldwide to come on board and support the cause for Biafra. He has appealed to Biafrans to come and support the cause for Biafra because as we speak, the BRGIE government is in Washington, D.C. diplomatically discussing with the American government on the need for Biafran recognition. That is the reason why everybody should put hands on deck, call our Prime Minister, call our government, and relay your support. Better still, you can go to our website www.biafranrepublicgovernment.org, all in small letters, no spacing, and make your donation for your freedom. It is very, very important. The world no longer feign ignorance of the genocide that is being committed against the Biafran nation. The world no longer pay lip service to what has been happening since time immemorial against the Biafran people. BRGIE government have brought the issues of Biafra to the corridors of power in Washington, D.C. And we must make use of this opportunity while it lasts. We must capitalize on the government of Biafrans incursion in Washington, D.C., what they are doing to create awareness for the issues of Biafra. We must capitalize on it and hold Nigeria into account. And all these representatives that are wreaking havoc and causing all manner of insecurity in our land, We must use this opportunity to evict them from our land. It is very, very, very important. It is very, very, very important. So anybody who is not been supporting this government, this is the time to support. So all hands must be on deck to support Biafran government in exile, to make sure that we are free as a people. A lot have been said about a lot have been said about the representatives of Nigeria in Biafra land. They are the cause of insecurity in our land. They are the reason why Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was jailed for life. The likes of Soludo, Oti, Hope Uzodimma, Mba, and all these politicians from the southeastern part of Nigeria, because of their political ambition. That is the reason why they want Mazin Nnamdi Kanu out of the picture, so that they will continue to enjoy their corruption under one Nigeria. That is why when you talk about the release of our leader, they will tell you they want to stop sit at home. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to be released, because to them, the release of our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will be the end of their political career. And we are going to tell them Mazin Nnamdi Kanu's release is going to come in no distant time. And it's only going to come with the actions and activities, the diplomatic efforts being engaged in Washington, D.C. by BRGIE government, attorneys, and lobbyists. We force the Nigerian government to release our leader, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu. So we are calling on traders in Onitsha market to join hands and fund the liberation of their land, to join hands and support the Biafran government in its actions in Washington, D.C., because it is that action that will bring an end to all this intimidation and harassment we are facing under Nigeria in our land. So everybody is expected to come on board and support His Excellency Honorable Ogechukwu Nkere, the Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, and support our lobbyists, Mazi Elias, and also support our attorney, Mazi Dabiri. It is their actions that is going to free our leaders out of detention. Very, very important. So for Biafrans who are in Onitsha, in Anambra State, the message is very, very clear. Make sure you don't leave the streets until the reason why you went there in the first place is achieved. First, the reason for being in the street is for the governor to rescind that decision to open your shops. Secondly, Mazin Nnamdi Kanu must be released before the sit at home will stop. Outside these reasons, Biafrans must continue to protest and make sure that if any Biafran is killed arrested, harassed, or molested, that government house in Oka will go down in flames. Every Nigerian government institution in Biafra land will be brought down. That is the only way we can evade all these terrorists in uniform, all these terrorists in government houses representing Nigeria in our land. Very, very, very important. So thank you so much, Biafrans, for listening. I don't want to waste time because a lot is going to happen. As we continue to encourage Biafrans to remain on the streets and make sure they maintain peaceful protest until the terrorist Nigerian government, which we know eventually they are going to come hard on Biafrans, then the Biafran Defense Forces, the Biafran resistant fighters, the Black Marines, every Biafran security agent is at alert to watch the situation as it's unfolding in Anambra State. If anything goes wrong, if any Biafran is harassed, intimidated, or killed, then the Nigerian terrorist state and Soludo, we have the Biafran people to contend with. Thank you so much, Biafrans, for listening. If you just joined me, please share this information. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please try as much as possible to do so as we continue to promote the issues of Biafra in our platform, because it is only Biafra and the restoration of Biafra that can lead us to obtaining or attaining our potential in life. Biafra is God's kingdom on this planet Earth, and there is nothing anybody can do to stop it. I appreciate every one of you for joining me. Last Benziko, thank you so much. Yes, I lost my mother, my dearly loved mother. She has gone to answer the call of nature. God has called her back. There's nothing anybody can do about it. And I really appreciate every one of you who send their goodwill messages and their condolence messages, and also some who made important contact to reach me and speak to me in person. I was very much encouraged by that wonderful sympathy and that wonderful messages that I got from you, Biafrans. I really appreciate you guys. One love. I know when Biafra is fully restored, we are going to be our brother's keeper. Our Biafran government will be the best government, if I'm not mistaken, in this Africa. It will be a government to emulate, and the people under this government will be people that other countries will like to emulate, to behave like them. So your goodwill messages are well accepted and appreciated. Thank you so much. So like I said, it is going to be just a short broadcast, because since on the 15th of this month, I've not come online to make broadcast because of the sad news, but I'm here now. We can get over it. We have to move forward. Biafra is our destination. Biafra is God's ordained project. Nobody is going to stop that. Not Soludo, not Mba, not Tufnubu. Nobody is going to stop us from getting our freedom. Anybody that stands on our way, we are going to bulldoze you out of the way and still get our freedom. So if you have not supported Biafran Restoration Project, this is the time to support it. Come on board right now and support our freedom. Thank you so much. I appreciate BRGIE government under Prime Minister Ogechukwu Nkere. I appreciate my information minister, Maazi Sonny Akbarawa. I appreciate my comrades and compatriots of the Briggy Media. I salute and appreciate each and every one of you. I also salute the Biafran Defense Forces, Igwe Butuzo, Triple Star Igwe Butuzo, and members of the Biafran Defense Council. I appreciate every one of you and Biafrans who are supporting this freedom. I appreciate you. Continue to do the needful. Our attorneys and our lobbyists are top-notch. They are really wonderful. Ụmụ Chineke, the prophecy of our leader is coming to pass, and nobody is going to stop it. Biafra is on the way, so come on board and support the freedom of your people. Ndewonu, and goodbye from here.